summarize here.
Are we moving at the right pace? Some we are slow.
We are okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Moses and Steve there, the technical team. I think you have fixed the problem, and we are going to continue with Kepha. Kepha, you are telling us about how you had formed Kibera Youth Congress. You together with Owino Kotieno was there?
He joined later.
Yeah.
Mokazi. There were many of us. Everybody, most of those that we know today, from Soweto East, Felix Uduor, Linus Sijenyi, who is now with the UN.
Yeah. Linus was also here?
Yeah. He was at the Kubernetes Congress.
Okay.
In Mashimoni, we had Erico Mondi, I think he's now at PhD.
Yeah.
And there was a very vibrant youth group down there at the time. We had Moha of NYS.
Okay.
The Moha Giro.
When I look at what you are mentioning,
yes.
And I start to think about it, I see that you guys had a strong vision and a strong focus.
It is beautiful, and I'm glad that there is what we did in that sense, because all those individuals are visible in society today.
Yeah, they're visible.
You know, Stella Bosire was the only girl at the Kibera Youth Congress.
Okay.
Dr. Stella Bosire, yes. Andrew Temple. There were many people that you know today. Otieno. We became so vibrant that we became a threat to certain structures, political structures. At that time, Kamkunji was the only serious political structure.
Kamkunji had started then?
It was very vibrant.
Okay.
It was as its peak, I think.
Yeah, I saw you address a picture of you addressing Kamkunji.
Yes, I did a few speeches there.
Yeah.
It was actually a training ground for me for public speaking. Very intense podium.
Yeah, I know.
It can be a very intense podium. So, we did that. So Kamkunji was like the force, the people who were pushing things, the protesters and all that.
Yeah, but it's a pressure group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Our model was a lobbying strategy, an engagement strategy, and we combined non-violent methods in our engagement. Yeah. So we did a lot of work when they were building the first blocks for Soweto. The upgrading, we played a big role in engaging with the authorities to make sure that the process was transparent.
Okay.
And it was smooth. Caparo, who was part of us now, is now one of the leaders of that upgrading. Yeah. Even to date, I think they are in another phase of the upgrading.
Okay.
That Kibera Youth Congress did not exist physically by structure, but
so you didn't have an office or something?
We didn't have an office. We were being hosted by David Kitavi, the MCA the other side.
Line former
MCA, at Christ the King. Christ the King was the hub. Okay. The hub of theater.
That's where we would also meet.
That's where we would also meet. There was a hall. There was a theater. It was the center of arts and music and all these things. And that was where we gathered. There was even an annual festival for rappers. You know, Moses was a rapper, by the way, Moses Omondi.
Yeah, he told me.
I usually remind him and we laugh about it.
Yeah, he used to be a rapper.
Everybody, I think in Kibera, generally, as a young boy, you either try rapping, football, boxing, or you date white girls. Those are some of the methods.
What did you do in this case? Did you try to
I was a difficult individual to understand. Even for myself, I didn't know my place. I was still looking for my identity. Okay. So I tried rap. Yeah. Yes, I learned music production. Oh yeah. So I can actually make music. So one of the things most people don't know about me is I can actually produce music.
Produce music.
Maybe if I retire one day, I will go
back
into that.
Okay.
And it came out because we wanted to tell our own stories through music. Yeah. The same concept of storytelling. Yeah. Through music. So that's we did that in 2004, 5, and then we did a contest, and one of the people I want to mention here is Ben Oko. Yeah, Ben Oko. I really hope he's watching. Ben Oko, if you are watching, Kepha is mentioning you here. Ben Oko is the founder of Amani Kibera. Yeah. But before that, he was also the founder and the vision bearer for ISA. Initiative for Sports and Social Arts. Okay. way back, early 2000s. And they had the concept of Mr. and Miss Kibera, which was designed to show something positive about this ugly place that people associated with a lot of suffering and all that. So he had the concept to generate that positivity, and I was somehow among the first people to join this program. And then I won this beauty contest.
You were the first Mr. Kibera?
Mr. Kibera in 2004.
2004?
Yes. It happened at Laini.
How did it feel to be the first Mr. Kibera?
It was overwhelming because for me it was the first, I was introduced to the larger, my little village, to the larger now Kibera. Everybody now knew me.
Which was your village, by the way? Where were you living?
Kambimuru, Kichinjio, I think.
Kichinjio. Yes. Lived all?
Shimoni, we've done Kambimuru, we've done Kichinjio.
You kept moving.
We've done Olympia.
For various reasons. Some people don't move.
Really?
Mila said he only moved once to Raila when he got married. And
so I got exposed to that wider audience. And then it dawned on me that it was not about beauty. Yes.
What was it about?
It was about having a voice and personality and bringing out that. And I think that's what Benoit has been trying to nurture all these years. And many people would attest to that. I think he should be one of your guests one of these days.
I have him in my list.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
you are...
There I am, Mr. Kibera. All that's the popularity. Everybody thinks I'm a playboy. I wasn't a playboy. Okay. I was trying to see how can I weaponize this title.
Weaponize.
Yes, to use it for social change. Much better than just sitting there and smiling and appearing in events.
Why did they think you are a playboy?
No, it's always like that. You know, when they mention beauty
and
handsomeness, the thinking is very warped. People think you're just a ladies man, or if it's a girl, she's a piece of whatever. So I didn't want that image to continue. I knew there was more I could provide than just smiles and poses. Though I know all that as well. I can do all the runway thing. And I've been a judge in the various successive contests. But that was in 2004. That is 17 years ago, I think. Yes, I was Mr. Kibera in 2004. And other than that, I was still in the youth group. I was running the Kibera Congress, and I think I was forming. It was my formative years, ideologically as well. Then, fast forward to 2007. Do you want us to talk about it?
So 2007, post-election violence. What was your experience with this? It found you in Kibera, right?
Yes, definitely. I was there. It was a tough time. We had seen the signs, and we had engaged. So
we saw it coming.
We saw it coming. We knew there was a lot of animosity and tension, and it just needed a trigger, and things would flare up. So we had a project. We were the only, I think, one of the only organizations that had a running project on peace building during that very moment, before the votes, the election, during the election and after. It was called Youth Building Bridges for Peace in Kibera, YOPEC. And ironically, we had on board some of the people who were associated with violence. They were also our peace builders. And that is the interesting, very, very interesting concept, that the person who starts the fire is usually the same person who should extinguish the fire because they have the capacity. Exactly.
Very strong.
So it is a difficult concept to understand that usually the people who breach the peace are the same people you need to help stop it, stop the violence and all that. And we did that, and we did a lot of work.
So you had people who were pro-violence in your group?
They were not pro-violence openly, but they were associated with violence. Yes, so anytime there was violence, their names featured, but we couldn't let them go because they had large followings in the community. So we needed them to be with us and to help us build the peace. So we did that. It happened when I was there. I saw the worst. There was a lot of graphic images that happened. People died. I narrowly escaped death. It was on several occasions, actually, not once. On several occasions. one occasion I just survived simply because my door looked locked.
Okay.
Even when it was open.
From outside?
From outside.
Okay.
So they were moving door to door. The policemen were moving door to door.
Why were they coming to your door?
Because they were not, they had pushed the protesters.
Just going to everyone's door
Every
now.
door.
Oh, yeah.
Door to door. I think that was after the railway was uprooted.
Okay.
And we had a dog that was barking outside. They shot the dog.
At night?
Yes. If they could shoot the dog,
they could have shot.
They could have shot. And they just didn't knock our door because it looked locked. But I was there with my siblings.
You were inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But that's not the best of it. The most thing I can mostly remember about that is the moment when I was about to be recruited into a rebel movement that was forming up in the mountains.
You were going to be recruited?
So we were being recruited.
To be a rebel?
To be a rebel. Actually, a rebel leader.
What?
Because I had spoken on TV a few days before.
Yeah.
And one of the recruiters saw me.
Okay.
So he followed and asked for a private meeting.
Okay.
Yes, and in that meeting, it was like the deal had been signed, like you are in this.
Yeah.
So
no turning back.
No turning back. Tell your families goodbye.
What?
You're going to be trained in whichever forest.
Yeah.
And things were going to escalate very badly. I mean, I'm so happy that they did what they did.
And you had a team. You had a team that
I recruited people that I trusted.
Yeah.
When the offer came, I saw streams of thin sweat.
Yeah.
Because we were told, you talk very tough. Are you ready to take this to the next level?
Yeah.
Yes, but what about our families?
Yes.
So
our families. Yeah.
We bought some time cleverly, and during the time that we bought, Kofi Annan negotiated the deal.
Yeah.
So it happened almost simultaneously. The National Accord. Yeah. And that is what saved us.
Otherwise, you'd have gone to the bush.
All had been arranged. There was a lot of things that happened.
Okay.
And we didn't even know who was behind it. But we were just being told we had been picked as the right people for this.
Who was telling you?
Based on whatever qualities they thought we had.
Some voice was coming from somewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
You're in a meeting in a dark room and you don't even know who you are meeting.
Oh, okay.
And they tell you, for purposes of security, we will not say our names.
Oh, yeah.
So in the meeting, one person talking throughout, and then the agenda is concluded, and you can't withdraw because you already know the plans.
Yeah.
You know.
And you are like, how many people in this?
So we were very close to going very deep into that.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that we didn't go that direction.
Yeah.
All that is happening, and I'm leading a peace project. Can you imagine?
What?
I'm leading a peace project.
And you are supposed also to be a rebel leader.
Yes. That was not just at Kibera level. That was now taking us out of Kibera.
Yeah.
To do more things out there.
Okay.
So I was saved by that signing of that accord. When it happened, I celebrated. For me, it was an individual celebration because I knew I was saved from something much worse.
Yeah. Yes. You were into it, but you were also afraid.
So after that, we were recruited to form the UNV, the UN volunteers that were engaging in reconstruction, psychological healing, and provision of humanitarian support.
Yeah.
Most of these structures were not like Olympic, Ayani area. A lot of buildings were destroyed.
Yeah, during that time.
And so I was part of the team.
Olympic was just burnt down, flattened.
Yes. Yeah. I was part of the team that was that engaged in doing the mapping of the damage, coordinating the supplies of humanitarian goods, mattresses, iron sheets. Ayani, we built stalls for people. The showground, there was a refugee, a camp. There was an IDP camp in Jamhuri somewhere.
Showground
somewhere. So we were doing all that coordination, the likes of Siama, Amani, Mila.
Yes.
We were a group of 30 people, very a lot of work. We did a lot of work after that.
Okay.
So that was Postelection.
So it's interesting that you were doing peace peace building activities, trying to bring peace. And you are at the same time,
because of my
want to recruit you into being a rebel.
Because of my networks.
And then later on, you are also leading like a recovering or reconciliation or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because of my network, something interesting. I usually got intelligence of which houses would be touched.
Okay.
Next day.
Yeah.
So what I did is I always informed people to evacuate.
Okay.
The day before or in the night, so that when they would be touching the houses, no lives would be lost. Would be lost. So they had to touch. They touched, but we had a very small body count in terms of
lives lost.
Fighting between communities.
Yeah.
Most of the body count was police.
Okay.
It was a result of the police. But within communities itself in Kibera, there weren't so many.
Yeah. So 2007, would you say was a bad experience?
It was a bad year. It exposed a lot.
Yeah.
But it showed me the possibilities of what bad politics can do to a people.
Yeah.
It showed me a lot of. It was my introduction initially, the first introduction to actual. When politics goes so bad in degeneration into violence. So I saw that firsthand, and it was not a nice experience.
Yeah.
Later on, I saw many other clashes, Nubians, Luos, Kikuyus, Nani. But 2007 was the worst.
Yeah, so Kepha, you've mentioned how you started a youth group, Youth Congress, and KCYP. Can you mention some other organizations you've worked with so far?
Okay, so that's at that time formative stages, and I learned a lot about leadership. I learned about politics. By the way, politics at the youth group level is as equally intense as at the national level.
Okay.
Yes. So we learned factions. We learned all those things. Political whatever, all the bad moves you can make.
Okay.
We dealt
they
with
say
that.
Politics is a dirty game. So you know the dirty games in politics.
Well, I can say so. I can say so. Plus, I later on went into study now, the philosophies and the theories of
political science
and all those things, and did my own reading, my extra reading on some of those techniques, which have become very useful actually in life. Okay. How do you relate with people? How do you know power? Where does power lie when you enter somewhere? Who is the power holder there? Who is the pseudo? Those are skills that everybody should have. And how would you use that to your advantage and your community's advantage?
Power dynamics.
So I learned that at that level. Then I figured that I needed to escalate, to upgrade, to do a lot more things.
To advance.
So people noticed my contribution. I was invited by organizations to help them design projects. NGOs that were coming. Kibera, it's been the NGO hotspot in the country. I don't know if it is the same today, but back then there were so many NGOs, and it was impossible to know who was doing what. Everyone was doing something. Every day was a new NGO. So there were so many learning opportunities. But of course, that came with also its dark side. The culture of handouts emerged.
Sitting
allowances. Ngong Hills was the place. Ngong Hills Hotel was the place. I don't know which hotel now is doing the workshops. Those days, if you were hungry...
Ngong Hills still doing it, maybe Marsh Park.
Those days, if you were hungry, you simply went to Ngong Hills Hotel and pretended to wait for someone. And at around 1 p.m., a group from Kibera would come out to eat. Okay. And you simply join the queue. Okay. Wow. So it was interesting like that. So it was. So you joined KCYP. You worked with Kibera. How was your experience there? It was great. I just didn't work for it. We thought about it. We designed it.
You designed it.
And we said it was really important. It came from now moving to the next level, I was about to say that I learned the importance of data. And data became part of fact, because fact is information. Information is what creates decisions. You make decisions based on information. And information has to be factual. So instead of saying we are tired, we are hungry, can you quantify your hunger? Can you say what exactly are you hungry for? Do you want ugali or nyama Nyama or Sukuma Wiki. Can you quantify your... So I came to the conclusion that for you to qualify a problem as a problem, you had to be able to also quantify that problem. And to say, okay, our kids are not going to school. What do you need? Schools. How many schools? How many children are involved? Data, numbers.
Yes.
And so I was introduced to the world of research.
Okay.
And mapping was definitely part of it. At that time, Kibera had not been mapped. It was depicted as a forest on the map. And that was part of the problem, because when you depict a place as a forest, you are denying the existence of that place. And you are denying the existence of millions of people who live in that place. And that's what necessitated grabbing, because people went abroad and said, this is free land, you know, come invest in Kenya. This is free land. You see, nobody lives here.
Okay.
So the lack of those possibilities made it difficult to engage properly, because you are engaging based on what? Who are you? Where are you from?
Okay.
Are you the people who uprooted the railway? It was very difficult to engage. Now it is easy. I say,
also with the tag Kibera.
Yes, at our time, and I think we were among the pioneer youth leadership that had to break that ceiling. Because there was a ceiling. It was very tangible. You couldn't even go past Ngong Road.
Kibera Plaza.
Yes, you know, there was no Prestige Plaza. Those ones.
Okay.
Yes, you couldn't even go past Ngong Road. So we had to do a lot to give the young people now. Even the sense of pride, ile kujita tu namba 8, yani A-Town. You know, to say that with courage.
Now we are even saying Chocolate City.
There's work that has gone into it. It didn't just come. It didn't just come. Somebody made it possible. Now I see people wearing T-shirts saying number 9. I'm proud of that. You know, I'm so proud of that.
Number 9, baby.
Yes.
Vibe number 9 is also here.
Exactly. So things have changed a lot. I'm hoping that there are young people who have come after us and who have seen those changes that we've made and made it possible for them to even have mobile. Even this internet. Those days there was no Facebook.
No Facebook.
So we were mobilizing door to door for the Youth Congress meetings.
Yes.
Can we manually? You dedicate a whole day moving door to door, convincing people to come to your meeting. Yes. Okay.
That's good, Kepha. You've done a lot. You've worked with so many organizations. You worked with us as Kibera, Map Kibera.
Kenan. It was the dream, and I'm so
and
proud.
you're still a board member of Map Kibera. So we appreciate. Actually, you are the first one who told me that you are the first one who ever paid me more money. I have to mention that.
I was accused by some people
that I've never been paid such amount before. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you. Guys, we are still here with Kepha. Steve, do we have anyone commenting or saying something or has won a T-shirt, have dropped their numbers? Do we have someone? No one? Okay, we can check and let me know if someone is putting up their numbers to win a T-shirt, and we'll be willing to give them. So Kepha, what would you say has been one of the most difficult decisions you've made in life?
Going to work in Somalia.
Going to work in Somalia?
Yes, going to work in Somalia. And you know, from what we've been saying to that, there's a lot we've jumped. You asked me a question I didn't complete. I have worked with, I left the Kibera space because I felt we needed to leave space for the new generation to also implement their ideas. So I went ahead to work with Coca-Cola. I worked for Coca-Cola. I led a project called Kuzakazi, which was through the Coca-Cola value chain. We were empowering young people with opportunities to make money. So that we were distributing ice boxes and giving them lots of training on how they can maximize. And nationally, that was a national level project. So I travel a lot across the country. I went into consultancy because of research. I I developed skills as a researcher, and specifically on monitoring and evaluation.
You became a researcher.
So that's what I do, monitoring and evaluation, even currently.
Even currently?
Yes.
Okay.
So I traveled across the country doing that. I evaluated.
Is that what you also did with Kericho County?
Yes.
Okay.
I moved from county to county.
Okay. And I saw you with IEBC.
Yes, I wanted to say that something about that.
Okay.
I was, ironically, the 2007 happened the way it happened. 2013, there were issues. Again, 2017, the same dynamics were there, but I was honored to be invited to help evaluate the election, the two elections. You remember the post-election evaluation, the post-election, no, the general elections, and the fresh presidential elections, FP, the general elections, the fresh presidential elections, the Maraga elections.
The one that was nullified and we had to repeat.
So I was privileged to be asked to join the team that was doing the evaluation of the elections from the donors' perspective, those who fund the IEBC.
Okay.
Now they needed an expert team to go around the country and to evaluate the performance and the conduct of the IEBC during those elections. So I was exposed to a lot of intricacies, machinations within IEBC, the electoral system, the electoral funding system, generally governance in Kenya.
Yes.
I did that. I worked closely with the commission, Chebukati's team, the directors and all that. So I'm very proud of that. We did that.
Is the report out?
The report was launched. It's out.
It was launched,
It's out, actually. I can bring you a copy next time if you want.
Yeah, please.
And then after that, I did short-term assignments for different agencies, ActionAid, World Vision, UN Habitat, UNDP, and then I moved to Somalia.
You've worked with some big names,
I don't know if they're big, but they're just...
You've gotten some big, good money.
Sometimes it's not even the money, it's the association, and I think sometimes you need that also. For clout, sometimes you need to drop a big name somewhere. But it means that we've grown in that sense, because I needed to evolve my career-wise to make some bold decisions and to do things, because we really are capable of things. If I didn't have the esteem to see myself as an expert, nobody would call me an expert. Yes, nobody else would call you if you don't see yourself as an expert.
So the difficult decision was to move into Somalia. Why was it difficult?
Because of what we are told about Somalia. As Kenyans, we are told that Somalia is a very hostile place. It's one of the most dangerous places on earth. Today, Somalia is one of them.
Is it?
Yes.
True?
Yes.
Okay.
Some countries even stop their citizens from traveling to Somalia. Yes. In America, I hear if you're traveling to Somalia, there's a lot you need to do, including sign your possible will or something. I don't know if it is true. So people do a lot of due diligence, and it is not like far-fetched. There is danger. So
how did you make up your mind now? I'm going, no matter how hostile it is, I'm going.
Because I said people are there already. Yes, and I said I have the experience.
I'm also just a person.
And as being a researcher, you work in hostile places most of the time. So I had traversed almost all of Kenya. I was brought up in a place like Kibera, which is also hostile itself. Somalia could as well be part of the menu. So I said, okay, I'm trusting God and I'm trusting my boss, because he gave me the word that you will be safe.
Okay.
So
who is your boss in this case?
He's a friend of mine. I don't think I want to mention him.
Okay. But what exactly are you doing in Somalia?
I am leading an M&E, monitoring and evaluation project on behalf of AMISOM, UNSOS, UN Support Office of Somalia. So we're actually based in Mogadishu, within the UN compound in Mogadishu. So that's where I've spent the last 1.5 years now. I think by November I'll have clocked 2 years there. That's why you probably haven't seen seen me around a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen you around.
I actually feel like a stranger, which is somehow also kidogo hard. But you have to work, and we have to make our mark out there.
True.
Yes.
When did you reclaim or gain your self-esteem? You know, this is something that a lot of people are struggling with. When did you realize that now I have to be who I am and I have to go for it?
It's a decision that must come from within you.
Yeah.
It cannot be inspired by external forces.
Yeah.
It is your own resolution. Inbuilt. And again, it's also a result of your experiences.
Yeah.
I've also had some difficult experiences in between.
Yeah.
Family, life in general, and they make you sit down and reflect a lot.
Yeah.
And it's okay to draw down, to pause, to fail.
Yeah.
It's okay. I always tell people, don't run when you are failing.
Yeah.
Fail there in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Let them see that you are failing, and then also let them see that you are rising up.
You are rising up.
And I think I have tried to do that by example. And then the energy just comes from within you, and you make decisions, bold decisions. Like going to Somalia, like living in Somalia. I don't know if you've ever had a bomb explode or
not. Well, I only hear on TV.
So we have to.
You hear it live.
Yes, we have to go to the bunker because they are landing very close.
Okay.
And it can be anybody.
Yeah.
When they are landing. Okay. So it's not a sound I would want anybody to
experience.
And it makes you appreciate what we have in Kenya. Yeah. And most Kenyans don't know that we are a very small island surrounded by very hostile waters. We have a whole security situation in the region at the moment that we should be really careful about. What we are seeing happening in Afghanistan is not very distant from possibilities around us. We have the issue of Al-Shabaab. We have the issue in Ethiopia. You know, they have a conflict at the moment with Tigray. We have a conflict in the Congo. We have a conflict in Mozambique. And now you're even seeing Kenya's foreign policy shifting. We are more hands-on now. We are sending our armed forces to assist in those conflicts. So a lot is changing. I hope Kenyans are also following this and adjusting accordingly and appreciating what we have, which is a relative peace here in Kenya.
Have you ever failed would you say, have you ever failed in life and risen up?
Of course.
What can you say about that?
It's a bit personal, but I have had, those who know me know I've dealt with a lot of challenges. And I think most of those who genuinely respect me because of how I've managed to maneuver my way around those challenges and be consistent to my values. Yes, I had domestic issues. I have had financial issues. Those are normal things. And so I don't consider myself very unlucky just because of those financial issues. I think you would be very unlucky if you had health issues, if you had maybe a traumatizing experience, or a lack of ideas, a poverty of ideas in that sense. That would be very unlucky. Financial problems, ignore. They will come. Money will come.
Those are normal.
Today, if not today, tomorrow, it will come. Mind your health. Think a lot how you spend your time. Very critical, because it's the most valuable resource that you have. And set yourself a little heaven for yourself. Get somebody. If you're not married, think about somebody. If you want to stay single, pia ni sawa tu. But don't create havoc in society but because of your inability to find your little heaven on this earth.
How do you spend your time, for example?
Lately, I work a lot. I'm constantly working.
If you're not working?
If I'm not working, I'm just spending time with my family. You know, just maybe watching a movie. I don't read as much as I used to. I read for work, reading for work.
Now you read for work.
It's not like the normal one that we do for love.
Yes.
But I'm still reading anyway, so I read sometimes. I watch documentaries.
Yeah.
I talk politics because I love talking about politics and philosophy and good company.
Yeah.
And good time with friends when I can see them.
Do you have one of your greatest regrets in life?
No,
any?
I don't have regrets in life. My philosophy is that everything that I did was well thought out at the time that I did it.
Okay.
And airplane. So I believe that ideas inform decisions. Information informs decisions. So information gives you make a decision based on what you know.
Yeah.
And every decision I've made in the past, I made them based on what I knew at that time.
Okay.
And so therefore, if I am to make another decision today, I will make it based on the information that I have today. If I will make a decision tomorrow, I'll make it based. And so in 20 years to come, if I am to look back, I will not regret because that was me at that time.
You made that decision.
Yes.
Based on what you know.
Based on what I knew. And if I know better, I do better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting. You started something called Broken Wings.
Oh,
How
the blog.
Is that? Yeah.
The blog is
the blog. Yeah.
Josh, this is also deeply personal.
Yeah.
There's a famous writer called Eduardo Galeano.
Eduardo Galeano is Italian?
No. He's Peruvian, I think.
Okay.
Or Paraguayan, one of the Latin American countries. He said, writing springs from the wounded depths of my consciousness.
Okay.
So writing comes from a wound somewhere. And I think I write a lot when I'm wounded somewhere. I write a lot of poetry. I have so much poetry. I hope to publish it.
Yeah.
And a lot of writing that I've been compiling. So I'll definitely look for a day or systems to put that together as a project. I started that blog because I wanted to share these ideas boldly. Yeah. I have very few people followed that blog. Yeah. I was the few one of your fans. The few who followed, I think they were hooked. Okay. They were completely hooked with that style of writing, which I think I write better than I speak. Oh, you write better than you? I think so. Okay. I think I write better than I speak. Oh. So I want to put that together one day and to continue with that blog. If it makes sense, if you think it's something I should continue with, I'd be glad to do it. Yeah, you should. But growing older, I'm finding myself speaking less and writing more. And thinking more. Okay. But sometimes we feel like you speak nicely. We love the way you speak. And you speak intelligently. Of course, you have to speak something that is different, or that is adding value. If not, just keep quiet. But I think also your writings are so nice. Steve, do you have anyone? We want to give people t-shirts. Can we show them a t-shirt, an example of the t-shirt we're giving out so that they can work hard for it? And let me know if someone is writing in. We have a very nice t-shirt here, Kibera News Network t-shirt. Kunyuma imeandikwa Kibera News Network. So if you put up your number on YouTube comments, you will stand a chance to win one. We are giving away like 2 or 3. So just type your number and you can be able to get. Steve, do we have anyone who has written something? No? Let me see. Take this. Yeah, some people are just writing, they need a t-shirt, but they're not writing their numbers. Henry is one of our biggest viewer. Henry Lisutsa Malumu is watching and has written in his number. I think you stand a chance to win. You'll be able to get. And anyone else will be able to put up their number there. Oh, some people are commenting on WhatsApp. Ben Owoko, thank you for watching. Beryl Biambo, thank you for watching. Big up, guys.
And this is Kepha Ngito himself with us, Sisi Mtani with Josh. So Kepha, we are winding up.
Yes.
You at some point was advisor to Owino Kotieno, the former MCA. And some people blamed you for that. How was the experience that you didn't advise him so well? Why did you advise Kotieno? And it's your friend. You didn't advise Kotieno so well?
I don't know about that, but the buck stops with the person who is responsible. There. And I'm not throwing him under the bus or under the tractor, because he knew the ideology that we shared, and that's why we became friends. But I think along the way he received new information and made new decisions. And those are his decisions as a person. I don't believe in advising people or even mentoring people. I think people should discover the truth by themselves. So I worked with him for a while. But he was also incapacitated because the system, there wasn't so much he could do. MCAs don't have so much leverage as we may think they have. They don't have so much leverage. Maybe if they pass the law that would give them some resources, they would have so much leverage. So I would cut him some slack on that one, but I still think he could have done a little more because there was a lot of expectation on him. Hopefully, I don't know if he has plans to continue. I don't know his branding strategy. I don't know. I think he needs to do a little bit of work on that.
Maybe you need to advise him more.
I don't think I want to be
believe in advising the people.
I don't believe it. I think people should discover the truth by themselves. It's more important. Like if I see you carrying a heavy load, I should just let you carry it. Because
so
you will feel it. You will feel it. If it's too heavy, you will mwenyewe utaweka chini, alafu uchukue ile size yako.
Sema hii kitu sasa imenichosha.
But if I keep telling you this is too heavy, because we did that in the past.
Atasema you are jealous.
Atasema you are jealous, you want some of it.
Maybe unataka aweke chini ndio uchukue.
Exactly. Exactly.
I see. You also love reggae, Kepha. Tell us about your love for reggae. I think I've hosted so many people who love reggae. Moses Omondi, Owino Kotieno.
I think it's one of those things that make us identical. Growing up in such an environment, one of the things that makes you identical is sharing certain experiences, which is the music of reggae. The music of reggae is interesting because it is philosophical, it is very poetic, if you understand what they say. Of course, it's about sentimentality, black power, poverty, solidarity, whichever, from Bob Marley to Peter Tosh to all these people, they sing about rising, up from the, depths of poverty and struggle, and especially for black people, which is a different debate. The struggle is there and it is real. Here you will not see it because we are many. We are black and many. If you go abroad in Europe or America, you will feel the racism. It is a very big problem. So I think that's what drew me to reggae. Also, I think it's easy music to listen to. It makes you think at the same time.
And you relate.
And you relate somehow. There's a new kind of music that has emerged now. Inaitwa sijui Gengeton. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'm growing old, but I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what they're
generation.
I don't even find it very musical.
And they dance it funnily.
And they dance it very funnily. It's, I think. Exactly. But maybe it's a generational thing. They are in their own generation. They are facing their own challenges. And they are responding in their own way.
They also have a message that they get out of it.
And they are protesting against us. Maybe we are the problem also.
That's their new way. You have to accept and accommodate them.
Exactly.
And I know you have traveled a lot also, Kepha. What would be one of your most memorable travel destinations?
Thank you. I've been privileged also. I've managed to travel the world, mostly, acting in different capacities. My most number of trips was when I was in MS Kibera, because we were it was a beautiful project. It is still a beautiful project, and we were being invited constantly to showcase, to make presentations, and to to just teach the world something else that we were doing differently. But my most memorable trip was not MAP Kibera, it was a different engagement. I was invited as a speaker on a speaking tour of the UK. It was in 2009, I think. A speaking tour of the UK.
To go and speak?
To go and speak in several cities. And several events. So,
and you spoke?
And I spoke across the country. There was a lot of media. You arrive at a city and your banner is up there. You know, it was. I had never been exposed to something like that.
Banner or billboard?
A banner. Big banners. You know, the way you approach Kenyatta Avenue. And all those things. And the events were big, and the media was following us everywhere. And what I remember most about that trip was that one of the stops was the Liverpool Museum. We went to Liverpool.
And we were a Liverpool fan. Whenever he hears Liverpool, he starts smiling around.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So I went to Liverpool, and my tour guides were just walking with me. So around some building, they started walking faster. Like we were supposed to pass that place quickly. Why? I don't know, but I think they were conscious of race. I was a black person, they were white. And we were passing just in front of the Liverpool Museum. And the museum is so interesting because they have digitized part of the museum. So there are sounds of screams of black people, slaves, as they were being transported.
Or something.
Yes. So they reenacted the scenes. And they're displaying it in the museum with sounds, with live sounds of the ocean waves and screams of black people. Because Liverpool is seriously at the center of, was at the center of the slave trade in the 16th, 17th centuries. They were one of the biggest ports of slave trading in the West. So I insisted, I told them I would like to enter here. No, we don't have much time. So no, please, just let me enter. You can come for me later, or I can find my way. So they were forced to enter with me. And the first quote I see is by Ali Mazrui, who is a Kenyan.
Ali Mazrui,
yes. And the quote is, "The sun will never set on the children of Africa."
The sun will
never set on the children of Africa. So it means that all over the world, you will find an African. So the sun that never sets for the children of Africa. Basically, and the moving, I mean the experience of moving within the museum was so heavy and so. It really impacted the way I look at race and things together. That was memorable. There are many other memorable things.
But that stood out.
Yes, and Somalia is also another story to tell. One day we'll just talk only about Somalia. And other places.
I think we are winding up, guys, ladies and gentlemen. But Kepha, before we close, are there people you'd want to appreciate, perhaps from Kibera, people you've grown
There are many
up
people, many people.
Just mention some.
Ben Oko, of course, I mentioned him. He's been a great person, mentor, and a friend. Ucheno Mila. He exposed me into the intricacies of pressure groups and grassroots leadership and his own way of making decisions, which are not conventional. But they are his ways, and they were working. Also, I want to appreciate the late Ken Okoth. Yes, I think he was a visionary in most of what is happening. And I respected him as an intellectual as well, because I knew Ken. I could follow his thinking, yes, and I could engage him. And some people thought I was hostile to him. I wasn't. I was just keeping him, because not very many people were engaging with him at that level. Because we could go deep on intellectual issues. We could inbox on certain things. He could call me for coffee when we had a lot of heated debates. He could just call me for coffee to explain
people think you are fighting.
People think you are fighting.
And
he was the first MP, I think, to ask for the map of Kibera.
I remember.
To include it in the strategic plan of Kibera constituency. That's amazing. That's amazing. So there are many people, Siama Ismail, my friend Felix, And of course, my wife. I know she's watching.
Yeah. Kepha's wife, wherever you are being appreciated big time. Yeah, so is there anything else you'd want to add? I think we are closing. The rain is also here. But
not really. I think it's been wonderful. We were having a decent conversation.
Yeah.
I'm available. Sometimes I feel like we miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the young people complain that we're not mentoring them.
Yeah.
But they don't invite us to these spaces.
Yes.
They don't check from us what we should give them.
Yeah.
When you meet a young person, they just want you to give a handout.
Yeah.
They can't engage you. What is it? Give me something solid, something that can build my life.
Yeah.
Can we engage beyond drugs and alcohol and cars and booze and
yeah.
Can we engage on matters of life and substance?
True. Thank you very much, Kepha.
Yes.
Are you going to get into politics sometimes in future?
Some people tell me that they have had dreams of me being in politics. But I think it's still a decision in progress.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a decision in progress.
Decision in progress.
It can be made any day. Some people maybe expected me to say anything on this interview, but no, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah.
But we are together. We are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We are helping shape ideas.
Yeah.
And even for the sitting MP, we are available.
Yeah.
Consult if you need to.
Yeah.
We offer advice elsewhere, and they really like our advice.
On governance and all that.
Yes.
Hapo umejiuza vizuri. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and keep it Kibera News Network. This has been Sisi Mtani with Josh, and today we had Kepha Ngito Jalango here sharing with us his journey, his story in his own perspective. Till we meet again next week with a new guest, I've been your host, Ogure Joshua. Bye-bye.